find her! Pathetic.
Hey, it's me, Mark, and welcome to Talking Joe, the G.I. Joe Comics podcast. Now, today I'm here with a news episode talking about the all-new Sssilent, with a Sssilent S, Sssilent Missions for Silent Month, which returns in April 2026 with a set of 5 Cobra Sssilent Missions. Now, let's get into it. So last year we saw a set of 5 Sssilent Missions from Skybound, set in the Real American Hero universe, featuring 5 G.I. Joe characters, with special foil variants actually spelling out the letters G-I-J-O-E, G.I. Joe, 5 issues, 5 covers, 5 letters spelling it out, and those were quite sought after variant covers, the foil variants with art by George Fornés. And this year we'll be having the same, the return of George Fornés on variant cover art for the Cobra Sssilent Missions series, which will spell out Cobra on the foil variant letter variant for this particular issue. Now let's get into it. Skybound announced 5 all-new G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Sssilent Missions one-shots, which will release weekly across April 2026. These unforgettable new Cobra Sssilent Missions come from an elite assembly of talent, including Jöelle Jones and Declan Shalvey, Gabriel Hardman and Pat Olliffe, Tom DeFalco, Howard Porter, George Fornés. The face of comic books changed forever when G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero issue 21 introduced fans to the silent interlude, an action-packed story with no dialogue. Building on that tradition, Skybound dedicated 2025 April to the Sssilent Missions month, releasing a special reprint of the classic issue number 21, plus 5 brand new one-shots throughout the month, featuring Beachhead, Jinx, Spirit, Roadblock, and Duke. Now, Cobra finally gets their turn in the spotlight in an all-new G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero Sssilent Missions series throughout April. Alex Antoni, editorial director for Real American Heroes, says the first Sssilent Missions event was a smashing success, and we're thrilled to run it back again with 5 brand new Cobra Sssilent issues. We've tapped the very best creators in comics to showcase what makes Cobra so much fun, and we can't wait for you to experience these incredible stories. Each issue will be released with 4 main retail covers. Cover A is the color cover by the interior artist. Cover C is the black and white cover version of that same cover by the interior artist. Cover B will be a cover by George Fornés, and cover D will be a foil 1 in 25 incentive letter variant spelling out Cobra, also by Jorge Fornés. It's essentially the same image from the cover B, but boxed into the letter with the background sort of being grayed out. So let's see what the first one out of the docket is. It is Baroness issue 1, which is brought to us by writer Jöelle Jones and Declan Shalvey, artist Jöelle Jones, and colorist Mike Spicer. In a standalone thriller from superstars Jöelle Jones and Declan Shalvey, the Baroness must prevent Cobra intelligence from falling into the hands of G.I. Joe and Destro. This will be available on April the 1st, 2026. The creators of this one, Joelle Jones, is an American comic book artist and writer known for her work on Lady Killer, which was published by Dark Horse Comics from 2015. She's done lots of cover work for Marvel, and she's also worked for DC on comics such as Batman and Catwoman. Declan Shalvey looks to be offering writing support, possibly similar to the approach of having Dan Waters on the Jinx book last year. He's started out as an artist, but has been doing writing runs on books such as Thundercats and Terminator. I've spoken to Declan before, and he isn't a G.I. Joe fan per se, but he has demonstrated himself to be a very capable writer. Beyond sketching in my sketchbook, his connection to G.I. Joe has been a Duke variant cover. In his declaration newsletter, Declan referred to this particular project as Project Quiet and has written a little bit about it. So what did he say about this project? On the 10th of June, he wrote, "Next side gig will be Project Quiet, which I'd like to get done in the next month, though I have to do a bit of room for some research." Later in June, he said, outlined to be written in October. "This week, I'm looking to write Project Quiet. It's been some back and forth on the outline, but it looks like I'm clear to get it done." And on the 11th of November, he updated, "I finally finished the Project Quiet one-shot script. Was a good bit of outlining in the first month or so, but once I got writing, it flowed really easily. Excited to see pages for this one coming in, working with a big artist on this one." So let's have a look at some of the covers. Baroness cover A is by Joelle Jones, and she also provides the black and white version of that on the cover C. Funny enough, she posted onto Instagram back in November this cover image, so this has been in the bag for a little while. It's interesting to see quite how she's sitting on this one. It looks to be sort of like theatre seats or cinema seats, and it looks like, you know, those fold-up ones, and she seems to be perhaps perched on the top of one of those. Curious. So Duke number 3 was Declan Shalvey's only sort of professional exposure to G.I. Joe so far. This was a variant cover for the Duke Energon series. So other covers are the B from Jorge Fornés, again, Baroness sitting down, popular pose, and he provides the letter variant, the foil 1 in 25. With the start of Cobra with a little letter C. So 1 in 25 incentive. What that means is that your comic book shop must order 25 copies of the regular book to be eligible to order one issue of the foil version, the 1 in 25. So this makes it a little bit harder to come by and a little bit more expensive for us, the consumer. So the second issue coming to us will be the Crimson Guard Sssilent Missions, coming to us from writer and artist Gabriel Hardman, with colours by Matt Hollingsworth. Acclaimed creator Gabriel Hardman, known for Green Lantern Earth 1, invites you to join the next graduating class of Crimson Guard initiates as they complete their final test, protecting Cobra Commander from an all-out assault by G.I. Joe. However, this is a test where failure is not an option. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Sssilent Missions, Crimson Guard will come out on Wednesday, April 8th, 2026, 1 week after Baroness. These are coming out weekly during April. So, cover A is by interior artist Gabriel Hardman, who has the nickname Gabriel Gecko Hardman, an American illustrator. He's worked for DC, Marvel, Boom. He's worked for motion pictures like Spider-Man 3, Superman Returns, Tropic Thunder, Inceptions. He started out in the mid-1990s with Marvel's War Machine in 1994, and since the late 2000s, he's drawn Marvel's Hulk, Agents of Atlas, Secret Avengers, Heathen Town for Image and Shadowline, Zombie Tales, a good run on Star Wars Legacy for Dark Horse, Planet of the Apes for Boom, and various other titles. He also provides a black and white variant. There you can see Crimson Guard being framed by some like a circle of weaponry being pointed at him, with Cobra Commander sort of being protected behind him. Jorge Fornés also provides the cover B and D for this one. Next, the following week will be Zartan, from writer Tom DeFalco, artist Pat Olliffe, and colours John Kalisz. So, iconic Spider-Man creators Pat Olliffe and Tom DeFalco trap Zartan in his deadliest undercover mission yet. But for the Master of Disguise, outmaneuvering Cobra Commander and Major Blood and G.I. Joe is not a bad day's work. This will be out the next week, April 15th, 2026. So cover A will be by interior artist Pat Olliffe. Pat Olliffe and Tom DeFalco are well known for working together with long runs on Spider-Girl at Marvel. We interviewed writer Tom DeFalco back in the summer of 2025 because he has also got some good connections back to G.I. Joe, being the editor of G.I. Joe when it launched with issue number 1 back in 1982. He also had an abandoned project that he was working on for IDW. Sort of featuring Joe Colton, and that one never saw fruition. Pat Olliffe has teased this one. He posted back in September that he was working on something G.I. Joe by sort of teasing a sort of a board, a drawing board that he had labelled up G.I. Joe Ra. And he's also worked on other G.I. Joe stuff. He produced G.I. Joe 301 variant cover featuring Destro for Ultimate Comics. And he also produced a variant cover for G.I. Joe number 1, the Harmer Cut, which was one of the first issues of G.I. Joe to come out from Skybound. And that featured the Cobras sort of coming at us, the audience, in that classic G.I. Joe issue number 1 pose, sort of jumping from the tank. But in this one, it is a hiss, not a Mobat. He also produced the character profile art that featured in the back of issue 301. So the covers again, B and D being produced by Jorge Fornés, as with the other issues. So the following week will be Copperhead from writer and artist Howard Porter, with colours by his regular colourist Romulo Fajardon Jr. So strap in with Howard Porter for a swamp death race that's too fast and too fatal, but not furious, perhaps, I don't know. So it's too fast, too fatal for the fearless Copperhead to turn down. Sounds like they're leaning into his vile card history of sort of racing. Unfortunately, his competition isn't going to let anyone, even Cobra, stop them from winning. This comes out on April the 22nd, 2026. Creator Spotlight. Howard Porter is an American comic book artist from Southern Connecticut. Porter worked as a penciler, and his first major run on title came with DC Comics' The Ray Volume 2 in 1994, where he worked with writer Christopher Priest. Also has tenuous links to G.I. Joe. Shortly afterwards, Porter worked on DC's summer 1995 crossover event, Underworld Unleashed, with Mark Waid, and then the GLA, Justice League of America, relaunch with writer Grant Morrison. More recent work includes Superman Beyond, Justice League 3000, Superman, and Scooby-Doo. So cover A is from Howard Porter, and hidden in the background of that cover is everyone's favourite air skiff riding dreadnought pirate Zanzibar, sort of lurking there in the background. It's making me think that we're kind of seeing some sort of swamp death race in this issue, perhaps. So we've got the black and white cover. Howard Porter has also produced a couple of variant covers for the Energon universe. He produced a issue number 1 reprint cover, I believe it was, and he also produced a Major Blood and Baroness cover for number 8 of the G.I. Joe Energon series. So Jorge Fornés producing a nice Copperhead variant cover as well. So next up is Firefly, and this comes to us from writer and artist Jorge Fornés, with colours by Dave Stewart, one of the comic industry greats for colours. So that will be beautiful to see. So Jorge Fornés is not only producing the variant covers for every single issue, as well as for the issues we saw in April 2025, he's also doing an issue himself, writing and drawing the Firefly issue. Eisner and Harvey Award nominated superstar Jorge Fornés sends Cobra's deadly saboteur Firefly on a mission he must complete no matter the cost, even if that means battling the elite special forces known as the October Guard. G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Sssilent Missions Firefly will be available Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. And it's April is a 5-week month. So we're getting 5 issues of G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero, Sssilent Missions, all in 1 month. So Jorge Fornés is a comic book artist from Barcelona, Spain. He's worked on Detective Comics, Thunderbolts, Wolverine, Doctor Strange, X-Men, Guardians of Infinity, Avengers, Magnus, Barbarella, Daredevil, DC Comics. He worked on Rorschach and Danger Street with Tom King. Very good books worth seeking out, as well as all of those G.I. Joe variant covers. And in December on his Instagram, he actually posted an image which he labelled some G.I. Joe at the desk. It looks like this is maybe like a sort of Polaroid or something from... Anyway, it's a panel from the interior, and we'll find out when we see the issue what it will look like. So yeah, interesting cover. Firefly sort of sneaking up on some guys there, who look to be sort of dealing with some hazardous material. Not entirely clear who those are, although the blurb indicates that he'll be up against the October Guard, so maybe it's an October Guard hazardous team. He also provides the alternate cover on this one, which is fun. So he provides 4 different covers for the Firefly issue, and the cover B features Firefly rappelling down a building of some description, in a definite homage to the original G.I. Joe issue 21 cover by Ed Hannigan and Klaus Janson. So that's a really fun cover to see. And so I think that is almost it. I'll just also flag this interesting, funny thing, which is back in the letters page for issue 319. One of our Patreon members, Craig, had suggested a Cobra Sssilent Missions series, which included both the Firefly and the Crimson Guard. His letter read, as for ideas for future events, I suggest a series of Cobra Sssilent Missions. 1, Firefly. 2, Cropmaster. 3, a Night Creeper infiltrating a tech company. 4, a Crimson Guardsman gaining access to a government agency. And 5, a Snow Serpent running amok at an Arctic research station. Craig from NorCal, with editor Alex Antoni, rhymes with phony? No, Antone, rhymes with phone. Yo, Craig, a Cobra event, eh? Interesting, very interesting, and good suggestions. If we do something like this, and I do say if, it will largely be a conversation between me and the creators. I want them to draw the characters that get them excited, because that's the secret to getting great work out of talented artists. So we look forward to more G.I. Joe Sssilent Missions coming out in April, and expect Talking Joe to be there to cover it all. So if you are new to Talking Joe, you can find us. talkingjoe.co.uk is the website that links to all of the places that we can be found: our podcasts, our YouTubes, our Patreon, our merch, our Facebook group. If you're not yet involved in that, head on over, join us and get involved in the discussion as latest issues, latest news and latest episodes all get posted about over there. So I think that is us done. Actually, no. I'll also mention Patreon, patreon.com/talkingjoe. Big thanks to all of our Patreon members: Richard, Sam, Bill, Rob, Shane, Simon, Chris, Joe, Craig, Frank, D, Shane V2. This one is entirely silent. Infinite Entertainment, Patrick, Gary V, Coldroff, and B. They're getting early access to content, as well as ad-free access to videos and audio, and also just, exclusive stuff that I don't post anywhere else. So I think that is us done. But before I go, I'll just remind you that nobody beats Talking Joe, an international podcast. Laters.